What would you do if you woke up one morning and started to go about your business, only to realize a few small things weren't quite right? Your alarm clock had gone missing and there were odd-looking objects and machines that weren't there last night. You walked outside and you saw nothing unusual. People were talking on their cell phones and they were just walking by. You walked to buy a sandwich and upon opening your wallet, you noticed a currency that you have never seen before. What would you think? You would think that you had gone insane, wouldn't you? Multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universe or a group of parallel universe or alternate universe. Multiverse theory suggests that our universe, with all its hundreds of billions of galaxies and almost countless stars spanning tens of billions of light years, may not be the only one. Instead, there may be an entirely different universe, distantly separated from ours, and another, and another. Professor Stephen Hawking, in his final research paper, backed the idea of multiverse. The idea of concealed infinite worlds can be traced back to the works of ancient Greek atomism. Atomism argued that the order and beauty of our world was the accidental product of atoms colliding in an infinite void. The atomic collisions also give rise to an endless number of other parallel worlds less perfect than our own. The theory of multiverse was proposed by Hugh Everett in 1957. His manual interpretation is an interpretation of quantum mechanics that asserts that the universal wave function is objectively real and that there is no wave function collapse. This implies that all possible outcomes of quantum measurements are physically realized in some world or universe. Or in simple words, all possible outcomes really do occur, but that only a single version plays out in the world we inhabit. All the other possibilities split out from us. It's giving rise to its own separate world. Nothing ever goes to waste in this view, since everything that can happen does happen in some world. The idea of parallel universe or alternate universe always fascinates us. I mean, our universe is unimaginably big. Hundreds of billions, if not trillions of galaxies spin through space, each containing billions or trillions of stars. Some researchers studying models of the universe speculate that the universe's diameter could be 7 billion light years across. Others think it could be infinite. So the question is it all that is out there? We all know the Big Bang Theory. It is the idea that the universe began as just as a single point, then expanded and stretched to grow as large as it is right now. While it ended for everything that we can detect from Earth 13.8 billion years ago, cosmic inflation in fact continues in other places. This is known as eternal inflation, and as inflation ends in a particular place, a bubble universe is formed. Our universe is in one of those bubbles, and those bubble universes can't contact each other because they continue to expand indefinitely. If we were to set off for the edge of our bubble, we would never reach it because the edge is zipping away from us faster than the speed of light, and faster than we could ever travel. But even if we could reach the next bubble, according to eternal inflation, our familiar universe with its physical constants and habitable conditions could be totally different from the hypothetical bubble universe next to our own. Back in 2020, a group of NASA scientists, while in an experiment carried out in Antarctica, detects the constant arrival of a wind of high-energy particles on Earth from outer space. According to their findings, these particles actually travel back in time, thereby suggesting the evidence of a parallel universe. The simplest explanation for the phenomena is that at the moment of the Big Bang, two universes were formed. Ours, and one that from our perspective is running in reverse with time going backwards. Multiverse or parallel universe is quite common in science fiction movies or TV shows or stories. You might have watched some of it and you are probably wondering if any cases related to parallel universe has actually happened in real life. Back in 1954, a well-dressed man arrived in Tokyo International Airport. When he handed his passport over, the custom agents posed in confusion. The issuing country was a place called Tori, which the agent had never heard of. Despite this, the passport looked and felt legitimate. The man became visibly upset that the agents could not recall Tori. He claimed that the nation had been around for 1,000 years, and when the agents asked him to point it on the map, he pointed to an area between Spain and France. Not knowing what to do next, the custom agents simply confined him in an airport hotel room with 2 guards outside the door. When the custom agents returned with the boats, they told the guards to open the door, and inside there was nothing. Whether the story is true or was it a case of an alternate universe is not known. Multiverse theory or parallel universe isn't scientifically proven, and many scientists and researchers think that it's just a myth. But there are myths that turn out to be true, and a lot of things can be explained by science. I mean, scientists still can explain why we yawn and why it's so contagious. The idea of a multiverse clearly challenges the epistemological boundaries of science, and so enters into the gray zone where physics meets philosophy. In fact, the multiverse is often presented as a change of paradigm which completely alters our understanding of cosmology, and perhaps even more. Some physicists claim that the multiverse revolutionized the way in which we look at science itself and the way in which we assess scientific theories. And now where does this leave us? Until we can find definite proof to this alternate universe, then the multiverse theory will continue to be a subject of intense debate in the science community. Multiverse or existence of parallel universe is always an interesting topic. The idea of me going out with a girl from high school in an alternate universe, or pursuing a different education and career, is something that will always fascinate me. It's not scientifically proven yet, but I just can't write it off. What do you guys think?